Hello everybody, my name is Patrick Dennis with the Eureka team, and my job over the next 16 minutes is to teach you how to set up Eureka in an SDO. So let's go ahead and get started. Step number one is that we're going to actually install the Eureka managed package. So from your SDO that you've just spun up, you can actually just go to the App Exchange and you can type in the word Eureka, and from here you'll be taken to our page where you can click Get It Now. And this is going to allow you to ultimately install the Eureka package into your SDO. So for those of you who have never installed a package from the App Exchange, you just click through and type in your username and password. And as soon as you're done, you can go verify that Eureka has been installed by going to Installed Packages in the Setup menu. And right there, you'll be able to see that Eureka is now in your environment. So step number two is to install the Eureka Demo Booster. If you go to the URL here on the screen, what we'll do is take you to another package that you can also install into your environment. This is a package that we've designed, that basically it spices up your demo environment a little bit. It adds some extra power to some of the Eureka features. So you'll want to install that as well. And you can verify that that has been installed by going to Installed Packages. And from here, you'll be able to also verify that the Eureka Demo Booster has officially and successfully been installed into your SDO. So the next part of this process is we need to adjust some Lightning page layouts here really quick. And we're going to start with the form object. We give you a lot of objects in the Eureka managed package, but for the form object, we're going to want to configure the Lightning page layout. So you go into Setup and you can go to the Object Manager, and then go ahead and just type in the word form in that quick find bar. You'll find a form object that we've given you. It's called Disco Form. And from here, you can click into Lightning Record Pages and jump into that record page that we gave you as a part of the Demo Booster and edit it. And you don't have to drag and drop anything around here. Don't worry about configuring this page at all. All you need to do is go up in the top right corner and click Activation. And from here, you can activate this page and just assign as the org default. This is going to take what comes out of the box, and like I said, it's just going to kind of spice it up a little bit to make the demo go a little bit better. We're going to do the exact same steps for the form template object as well. So from your SDO, you can go into the Setup menu and then go to Object Manager. You can go and use the quick find bar to get the form template object that came as a part of the managed package. And then just edit the Lightning record pages there and just set this new one as the org default. So in here you can just, again, you don't have to drag and drop anything. We've already done all this for you. Just click Activation and then assign as the org default, and you're done with this step. Again, this is just going to kind of spice up the way these objects look in your demo. The fourth step is to nail down the object model. So it's important to recognize when you install Eureka, we give you a bunch of objects, and one of those is called the form object. And the form object has the ability to map data to other objects in your Salesforce environment, so like an account or a contact or a work order or service appointment. And the way that we do this is through lookup relationships. So there could be many forms for an account, there could be many forms for a contact, etc. So what we want to do is, as a part of these form relationships in the system, we want to make sure that those form-related lists are now on the page layouts of the different objects in your environment. You can see there was a case. This is a work order. We also might have a person account in here. You know, your use case will completely depend on the business process. But the point is for any of these objects that you're going to have forms for, go ahead and update the page layouts and make sure that the forms related list is on the page. And so you want to do that on the classic layout like you see here on the screen. And you'll also want to do it for the Lightning record page. So go to your account Lightning record page, your work order Lightning record page, whatever object you're going to be demoing from, and go ahead and add the forms related list to this page. That way you can see all the different forms that have been filled out for this particular record, this particular object. It can be really helpful. So again, that's what that will look like here. Now, some of these objects that you're working with might not have the forms relationship yet. So you might not have a lookup from the form object to your custom object, but you can make one really easily. Just go to the form object in your object manager and create a new lookup relationship again, from the form object to the service appointment or to your custom object. It doesn't matter. Any object that you want these forms to map to, you just got to have a lookup relationship on the form object that looks up. So you can create those here, and so that's how that works. The next step is we actually want to create a form template. These are the different types of forms that you're going to be demoing to your customer. And you can do this by just going into your app launcher, and you can find the Youreka app that we give you as a part of installing the Youreka package. And after you go into this application, you can see all of our tabs at the top of the screen there, but you're going to want to click Form Templates and then click New. And when you click New, you'll be taken into our form template builder. This is really where a lot of the magic happens. It's going to take you to our drag and drop editor that's going to allow you to build out all the forms that you're hoping to demo. So the first thing that happens when you jump into this screen is you're given the opportunity to name your form template. So you can name this your job safety assessment or your vehicle inspection, whatever kinds of forms people are going to want to see. You can name it whatever you want, and as soon as you jump in, right away you're given the ability to, like I said before, just kind of drag and drop questions onto the editor. So that's what we'll do here now. You can just drag a section on, and that section can be named whatever you'd like. So like general information or basic information. Again, every single demo is going to be different. Every form is different. But the drag and drop editor, as you can see here, is really easy to use to define which questions, which sections go where. For each of these different questions, you can define which type of question it is. So is it free text? Is it a date time? Is it a pick list? Is it a radio button? And you can also, on a question-by-question basis, define whether or not we're going to map this information to a field in Salesforce. So you can choose field link here, and then select any object that you want, and then select any field on that object that you want. So it's really easy for us to be able to have these forms mapped to information in the database. Some of the features that we like to consider when building out these form templates can be seen here on the screen. Again, every form is different, and every customer's requirements are different, but what Youreka is designed to do is transform the way that businesses collect information in the field and have their field techs work in the field. And so all these different features can help transform those different processes. Step number 6 is optionally you can consider importing our form templates. So if you don't have time to build your own form templates and you just need something quick to show how you can have forms here in Salesforce, no worries, we've got you covered. You can just go to the Youreka application here inside of your SDO, and you can click on a form template import tab. And this is a place that allows you to import and export templates from one Salesforce environment to another, my Salesforce environment to yours, if you will. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the URL here on the screen. This is going to take you to a whole list. This is a form template library that we've put together, a whole list of pre-built templates that you can use on any demo that you have coming up. So for each of these, you can jump in and you can click into these JSON files. Don't be worried about what you see on the screen here. Just click download, and this is going to pull this file onto your browser here. Down to your computer so that you can then re-import it into your SDO. So you just grab that file right there and drag it into the file upload section, and then click through the following screens, and all the work is done for you. So you'll see a bit of instructions here as to what's going on, some basic information, but in general, just know that right as you're going through these steps, we are building a form template for you, and this is a form template that us as a Youreka team have built out before, used in demos before, etc. And you can even check the work by editing the template here that you just imported. And now, just like you saw on the form template builder a few moments ago, you see all the different questions, but a lot of the form templates that we'll give you have a lot of different information on them, a lot of different questions. These have been battle tested in demos before. So whether you are importing a form template or building from scratch, at this point you should publish it. Publish the template that you have here in Salesforce. And you can do that by clicking Save right here in the form template builder and then closing. And right here from the form template detail screen, this is going to show you some basic information about that template. But you can click that little sprocket in the top right corner and click Publish. And from here, we're going to take this from a template that's in drafting stage where we're still building it over into a published stage where now people in the field on the Youreka mobile app, which we'll talk about here in a second, can start to use and fill it out. So let's test their work here. Let's create a new form record for this template. We can click New Form right here. And then the first thing that we'll do is we just kind of need to define which object or which record in the system this form is going to be related to. So in this case, what you're seeing on the screen is we're relating this form to a work order, but this could be an account or a case. It just depends on your use case and how you've built these forms to map information to which records and which objects. So as soon as we create this form, what you'll see here is it is pre-populated with some information from that work order or from that account or from that case or that custom object, whatever it is. And even if you go to your record in the system, you can see now that form record is sitting in that forms related list. That's why we added all these related lists to our page layouts. So that's what it looks like to actually publish and create a form and assign it to ourselves. But now we're going to use the Youreka mobile app to actually fill out the form. So the Youreka mobile app can be grabbed from the iOS or the Android stores. And as soon as you install the mobile app to your device, the first thing you're going to do is actually log in with your Salesforce username and password. This isn't to be understated. Look, we're going to use the same user identities as your Salesforce environment. That's really powerful. It's the beauty of being a Salesforce-native application, which is what we are. But as soon as you type in this information, you'll be taken into a screen that shows you some of your forms that you've been assigned. And from here, you can create a new form if you want to by clicking that little button in the bottom right corner. Or we could click on the forms that have been assigned to us, like the one that we just created a moment ago. So we'll click in here, and we can see that same form that we just saw a moment ago on the desktop is now here on our mobile device, where we can start to fill out some information, answer each question, be guided through a process, guided through a procedure, check off these boxes, open up new sections, new questions. Again, a lot of power comes with filling out these forms on the mobile device, and a user can do this both online or offline. It doesn't matter. But ultimately, after the form has been submitted, we can come back into Salesforce, and once we refresh our page, we can see all the different answers to each question are now here in Salesforce for us to be able to review through approval processes or reporting and dashboarding. The next step is to consider the perfect end user experience. And there's no silver bullet here. I can't solve this for everybody in a video, but just know that Youreka can look a lot of different ways to a lot of different people. It just depends on the use case. So you can have forms on the mobile app oriented around different objects. We can even deep link from other mobile applications to Youreka. So you can see there's Salesforce Mobile, Field Service Mobile, Salesforce Maps, other third-party applications. We can add buttons to each of these that jump right into a Youreka form for users to be able to fill out either online or offline. You could also deep link to a specific form, or you could deep link to a group of forms. So if you're going out and every single form that you're going to be filling out is uniform, that's fine. Also, you might have 3 different forms or 2 different forms that you need to fill out for each job. So that's a different way that we could do this. You could choose to have in-app navigation where your users are filling out these forms and they also need to be routed to a certain location and navigated to a certain location and punch out to Google Maps. You also might choose to include some check-in, check-out functionality, which is also available right here in the Youreka application. So everything is it varies depending on your use case. But in most situations, you can go to the mobile admin tab here in Salesforce, and a lot of that can be configured for you. This whole page here, you can tinker with all the different settings here, and that will literally adjust the way that the Youreka mobile application looks and feels to end users. So there's a lot of different options that you're afforded right here with that mobile admin tab. The 10th and final step is to consider reports and dashboards. So when people think about forms, not only do we need to fill them out in the field, but we need to be able to report on this information. So as a part of the SDO, we give you some reports and dashboards that you can jump to. You don't have to build any of these, they're already here. But the point is that these, all the data that's collected with Youreka can be visualized using Salesforce reports and dashboards, which is really powerful. All the analytics are right here on the platform. Also, for any form template that we build, you can actually click in and view charts and export the answers. So right here inside of Salesforce on a template, you can see a distribution of all the different answers to each question inside the template, as well as export data to a CSV. So if you want to send this over and just slice the data in Excel, you can do that too. Finally, as a bit of bonus content, as you're prepping for your demo, one thing to recognize is in your SDO, right after you install Youreka, you will see a trial banner. It's that big red banner in the middle there that says that your premium features are expiring. What you can do is if you contact us, give us your org ID, tell us a little bit about your opportunity, we can get rid of this banner for you. You just got to reach out to us and let us know what you need. And then finally, if you want to learn more and get additional support for your upcoming demo, there's so many resources that we've put together to help you do that. So the first one is the Eureka Demo Kit, which was designed for Salesforce solution engineers and Salesforce SIs to learn how to quickly build Eureka so that it can be demoed to a customer. Next, we have the Eureka Knowledge Base, which documents every single feature that Eureka has to offer. We have Eureka Labs, which teaches you how to implement Eureka for different, specific niche use cases step by step. We also have Eureka on YouTube, which has hours and hours of video content that teaches you how to build and demo Eureka for a variety of different use cases. And then finally, we're available on Org62 chatter groups. We're very active there and we can answer questions. All of these resources can be found at www.eureka.io. So visit us there to learn more. You guys, this has been 16 minutes of how to set up Eureka inside your SDO as you prepare for a demonstration. What I would say is go through this video, pause, replay, give it a shot, try to get yourself to a point where you can demo these forms. And hopefully you have the ability to successfully demo, but certainly reach out to us if you need any assistance.